The two ordinary hosts of this podcast are not professionals on parapsychology, extraterrestrials, cryptozoology, nor would they describe themselves as religious or prone to superstition. They'd also like to make it known that this show is not intended for children or those with sensitive sensibilities. Please listen at your own discretion. And remember, the truth is often anecdotal.
That's a car sound. The Interstate 30, eastbound, 6:45 a.m., morning rush hour. Just a moment ago, you were barreling along at 85 miles per hour, a brisk pace in this metropolitan area, and now you are almost at a dead stop, bumper to bumper as far as the eye can see. A fresh hell, no doubt. What with your 8 a.m. meeting you still need to polish up your presentation for to impress all the other trust fund babies at Office Business Incorporated, Inc. You sigh, unsure of how long this will take. Slowly, your car lurches forward inch by inch. Horns sound as other impatient drivers grow increasingly restless, each in a bigger hurry than the last. The car directly behind you honks at you for an obnoxiously long time. You go to flip them the bird, thinking, where the hell do you want me to go? And that's when you notice the car behind you is empty. You spin around in your seat and look ahead. You don't notice anyone in that car either. Left, right, they're all empty. Panic starts to set in. What's going on? Hesitantly, you open the car door and step out. It's not just the immediate cars around you. The phenomenon seems to stretch on. Before you know it, your feet are in motion. You are running along the length of traffic, peering into every last vehicle. They all seem empty. You hop onto one of the cars, a taller SUV, and peer out. All the way down the interstate, on both sides, it's all the same. And that's when you start to notice that you are suffocating from fumes. The air is thick with carbon dioxide. You try to catch your breath, but there doesn't seem to be any oxygen at all. You tumble to the ground, gasping for air, and you realize it's no longer a man's world. There are only cars now. The very subject of today's episode. Hello, listeners. I am Mr. R.
And I'm Mr. X.
A Paranormal Dudes.
Reading paranormal stories.
Mr. X, are you a car? I guess you're familiar with cars. You have a car.
I guess however familiar having a car makes me with cars. I used to watch Top Gear a lot, I guess.
That's more familiar with than me, I guess. What do they do in Top Gear?
Talk about cars and wacky stunts, yeah.
I used to listen to a lot of car talk when I would drive between Decatur and Fort Worth, because NPR was more interesting than public radio.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's probably all that'll pop up on that stretch of road.
Yeah, for real.
You brought this subject upon us. What made you think of cars for the spooky podcast?
I remember what spurred it. I think it was a post that had to do with... Hold on, I might be able to find it. This isn't one of my stories, but I think I had stumbled across a post that said ghost car or like disappearing car or something like that. And I was like, I guess that's a subject.
Well, we're doing it, so.
Yeah.
You have any spooky car stories?
Personally, let me think.
I mean, I have like a spooky blimp story. But
yeah, that is a spooky vehicle for sure.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is one time I was pretty young. So this story is probably not reliable in any way. I was in the back seat of a car. My mom and dad were in the front, and I was looking out the back window, just kind of imagining like a guy running along the side of the road and hopping up and down like the telephone poles. But in a field, like in a little glade, right? So like an opening amidst some trees, I saw a thing. And I say a thing because it wasn't any known creature to me, either at the time or since then. I don't know what this was, but it was huge, right? Like it was like the size of a bull, but it was shaped like a gorilla. But not necessarily a gorilla, because its hair was like long, like a yak. So it was this massive black beast. And I remember seeing it and then like asking my parents up front, like, did you guys see that? And they said no. And I've never experienced anything like it again, but that's probably the closest thing I have to a paranormal car story.
Didn't we read a story on a past episode that was very similar to that, and you just kept it to yourself?
We did? What was the episode?
Oh, I'm trying to think. It was the Jersey Devil episode. Someone had like a super similar story to that.
Huh.
But, I guess we're getting it now. I do have a creepy car story, kind of similar to that. It wasn't a car that creeps me out, but oftentimes I'll drive between Colorado and Texas. And if you ever driven that, there's these long stretches of winding roads in Texas where the speed limit is like 80 miles an hour, and it's just swerving all the way through. And I had a habit for a long time of driving at night. And after this story, I decided to just risk the state troopers during the day. We were driving along, my partner and I, and she was asleep. It's the middle of the night. It's probably like 3 or 4 a.m. And I'm going 80 through these winding roads, and it's just me on the road. I could probably slow down a little bit, but I want to get home. So, I'm going the speed limit, and the roads keep winding. Every once in a while, there's maybe a house alongside it. But at one point, I don't know if I was just in a trance from watching the lines pass or whatever, but I could have sworn I drove past what looked like a person, like, severed in half.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck was that? Obviously, I wasn't going to stop and turn around. I just kept driving. And then what put my mind at ease a little bit was the fact that, like, not very far along, maybe like 400 yards or so, there was a state trooper that had just pulled somebody over. So I was like, surely, that's whatever the hell I thought it was, somebody will find it soon enough,
Yeesh.
But I never heard anything about it. I mean, it was rural Texas, so who knows if I would have ever heard anything
right, yeah.
either way. But after that, I was just like, you know what, I'll drive during the day.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. Well, all right, let's just go ahead and get into this.
Yeah. So I'm going to be going first this week, according to this Google Doc. My first story is titled, "Alien People Show Up Behind Me in a Rented Car. Hear What They Say," from February 17th, 2024. This was posted to r/unexplained by Mountain of Entities as of 1 year ago. And yeah.
Man, I just need to say, when I first read this title, I was like, what the fuck are they saying? Are they saying aliens rented a car and they were behind him?
Definitely what I thought it meant.
And then it just says, hear what they say from the date or whatever. And I'm like, wait, are you saying that you heard what they said? Or are you saying that we get to hear what they say?
Mm-hmm.
And a little spoiler, there is a video clip as part of this story, but it's set to private because I think this guy got a lot of backlash. So,
oh no, I'm sure the comments we'll read in this post, you'll know the backlash he got.
Unless Mr. E was a little biased and decided not to pick those.
I will say some of the comments were mildly offensive to I don't want to say the mentally handicapped, but along that line. So it's definitely something to look out for. But yeah, there is a link to a YouTube video, but it is set to private, so we cannot show it here. But he does kind of quote what is said in the video, or at least what he hears in the video.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Okay. Something very strange happened a week ago on February 17th, 2024. I've had encounters with various beings and UFOs This is one of those strange recorded encounters. I've been doing paranormal investigating and ITC research for well over 10 years. What is ITC research?
You know, I was going to look it up and I just didn't have time to.
Oh.
Mr. R, can I make a request? Can you do this in like a gruffled mountain man voice?
Okay. I've been doing paranormal investigating and ITC research for well over 10 years. I am facing a wild mountain with a camera and a parabolic wildlife mic. A narrow rural road is behind me. I'm there to record Bigfoot-like interactions. I'm wearing, hold on. I'm wearing a hood because of mosquitoes, and it started to get cold. It's very dark with no lighting. I'm using an infrared camera. A strange car pulls up behind me. I thought they were hooligans at the time, but I could not understand what was being said until I listened carefully to the audio after. These people know me. Listen to what they say. Then he posts the video link, and in the most confusing quotes, out of quotes, parentheses mess you've ever read. I'm going to read this verbatim.
Jeez. Yeah,
but this is
luck.
what it says. I think you are a prophet. Hey. EVP Blackstone clack sounds. Nope. EVP Stone clack sounds unknown. Bigfoot really wants to see you. Stone's thrown. And they look for blank, 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 Mark. They bought Mark a big house. Here are the pictures. We've brought your pictures, Mark. We will take you to see alien people. I shall save Mark's photos. They've mentioned this dozens of times in past ITC. My encounter starts at 1 minute and 56 seconds. This is a recorded encounter with human-like beings who are not a part of the known world.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah.
If this is an actual person, very unwell, right?
They're going through something.
Yeah. If this is like a lark, pretty funny.
Hilarious.
They bought Mark a big house. Here are the pictures.
We brought your pictures, Mark.
But it really does read as like the ramblings of an unwell man.
Yes. So, and the internet will point that out, as we will see, I'm sure, in these comments. Comment number 1 from user Speak My Secret Name, but like, how are we supposed to know it? Says, just watch the recording. There's nothing there. You're interpreting the random into something else. I agree with the other commenters here. You need to show this to a professional psychiatrist. But schizophrenic people don't accept that they are unwell without help often. So, good luck. Now, the OP, I guess, responds to this and says, you've just... Hold on.
Oh, gosh.
You've just ignored what I've captured. What'd you say?
So you don't have to do the voice.
Okay. You've just ignored what I've captured, and we're not there. I doubt few on here have even done an investigation. If you followed and watched my other videos, you will see there is fire where there is smoke. Sadly, people are so conditioned for what they see on TV/movies, and they have a different expectation with what actually happens out there. The phenomena does not wait for you to get your camera ready and mic perfectly set up. It takes a good set of ears and someone used to doing this kind of work. If I took a bunch of you to Northern Ireland, you would likely not understand them and brush off because you can't understand. Yes, I have done mental health tests and came back normal. Even my counselor confessed to seeing a, quote, ghost. It's funny because on other videos, I have other people who experience and hear the same. When more than one person experiences the said phenomena in a location, it is likely not in one's head, especially when recorded on electronics. All the best. I love all the best at the end of that. Then Speak My Secret Name responds and says, all the best to you, good luck. Let's see.
Thanks for including that, Mr. E.
Yeah, man, I gotta say, this response it's eye-opening.
Yeah.
honestly, it read really well compared to the post.
Yeah. Maybe he just wasn't trying to caption his inner thoughts. He just...
Well, yeah. Let's see. Comment number 2 from user Beware of Stobor says, came for Bigfoot, stayed for the aliens. A positive comment in the list of not so positive comments. And then finally, comment number 3 from user Luden1989 says, normally I would agree with you, but I can say without a doubt, you need meds, my dude. There was a lot of those. A lot of those in the comments.
There was one comment I was surprised Mr. E didn't include on here that I noticed. It was near the top too. From a since deleted user, it goes, oh man, I just watched it. He added subtitles to coyotes yipping in the distance, added subtitles to twigs and gravel moving with his foot. This boy is unwell, very unwell. Mm-hmm. To which the OP did respond to that with, there are no coyotes in this country. I am sitting on thick grass. Which has
in what country?
-7 downvotes. The deleted user asked that, what country is that? And then there's no response from the OP to that, but there's 2 other comments here. One says, maybe there are now. They did sound like coyotes. Coyotes have a very eerie yipping howl that sounds halfway like humans cackling and halfway like a beast. Someone else said, dude, tons of people in this comment section are recognizing you may have schizophrenia or something else. You need help. Stop arguing and talk to a doctor. And then the OP responded to all that with, there are no coyotes in this country. I'm seated on thick grass.
Good.
Wait, hold on. What's this? Someone else, Luden1989, just said, you should see a doctor or start taking your meds again. To which the OP responds, it's actually meds that cause problems. Did you read the disclaimers? Obviously, you can't handle the truth. Thanks. Okay, just don't attack people when you don't even have the education to do so. Definitely not on this guy's side anymore. Not that I ever was. And then he adds under... That had -26... -26 downvotes. And then they just decided to add to that. I think Dr. John Mack would disagree with you. Have you ever done paranormal investigation? I'm curious as to who Dr. John Mack is, but I don't really want to look it up.
Dr. John E. Mack. John Edward Mack was an American psychiatrist, writer, and professor of psychiatry. He served as the head of the Department of Psychiatry at Harvard Medical School from 1977 to 2004. In 1977, Mack won the Pulitzer Prize for his book, A Prince of Our Disorder, on T.E. Lawrence. I don't know what this guy has to do with...
I guess he's just trying to prove that he's read up on psychology.
Maybe.
This guy's going to make me sad. So let's just move on to my next story.
Yes. Okay.
This one is from... Both of my stories are actually from the Glitch in the Matrix. Because, I don't know, for some reason, to think that there's like this world that we can't control and that every once in a while weird shit happens because of it is a lot spookier to me than, I don't know, alien ghost cars. Stephen King. Let's see. This one's titled, The Vehicle I Was Following Disappeared, by user T1856B 9 months ago. A few months ago, I was driving to work. I was following another vehicle in front of me. I remembered the exact model, a brown Peugeot partner. For American friends, it's a French car. I'm French. I should do it in a French accent.
Yeah, do that.
Oui. I was following... I don't know. I was following it at a reasonable distance, about 100 meters or so. I'm not going to do that. About 50 meters before a T-junction, the road forms a crest over which you have no visibility. The partner passed the crest about 2 seconds before me. We were doing 70 to 80 kilometers an hour. And when it was my turn to go over it, it had disappeared. The car. I stopped at the intersection about 50 meters below the crest, and I couldn't find the car anywhere. There were 2 houses around me, one on each side of the road, but their driveways were clearly visible from my position, and the vehicle was not there. The intersection formed a T with one road going to the right and the other to the left. Both roads went straight for about 500 meters, and being pretty much at the top of the crest, I had a perfect view of both straight lines. It would have been impossible for the car I was following to have covered those 500 meters in 2 seconds. In the 2 seconds, I lost sight. The vehicle was also not parked in the driveways of the only 2 houses around. I did consider the possibility of an accident where the partner would have driven straight ahead, but right in front of the intersection was a large field of short grass, and there was no trace of the vehicle there either. There were no other roads or paths the car could have turned into. To this day, I still don't understand what happened to that vehicle. What do you guys think? Holy hell. It's a long response in that first comment.
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to deliver packages and stuff, and I'd go down rural roads and whatnot, and all the time cars would like speed up ahead of me, and the next thing I knew, I was like, oh, hey, where'd that car go? And like this person's describing, there'd be houses and stuff with like long driveways, and as I'm passing the house, I look, and the car was just going really fast, so it was already on the back side of that house. I just wouldn't have noticed it. So maybe this guy's just crazy.
For stuff like this, there's a lot of explanations, but I mean, it is fun to think, I don't know, maybe you were chasing a Men in Black car.
Imagine, if you will, our plane of existence is like a sheet of paper. If you take that paper and fold it in on itself, it creates a... I don't even know where I'm going with it. It passed through the paper, right? Okay, let's see what these comments say. I'll just go in the order that Mr. E has it here. The first comment is pretty long. It's from Negative Corner 6722. And it goes, I actually saw a ghost semi once, as in a semi truck. I was driving across Pennsylvania on 81 late at night, and this truck flew up on me and passed me, then slowed down to the point that I had to pull back around it. This happened a few times, us leapfrogging down the highway, and then it passed me and sped up. I saw the right signal come on, and since there were no exits in the area, I figured the guy was pulling over for God knows what. The lights went out, which I thought was strange, and when I got to where the truck pulled over, like 5-10 seconds later, there was nothing there. I have no idea what it was or what it was doing, but I still think about it. This was 20 plus years ago. I've also seen ghost cars similar to what OP describes, where I am behind them, then at the top of a hill or something, they're just gone. And like someone else said, never got good vibes from them. But I didn't get bad vibes from the semi, so who knows? You didn't get bad vibes from a semi truck cutting you off multiple times? That's weird. Okay, so that's the thing. When he's talking about the cars, he's like, well, I'll be on a hill and whatnot. Hills distort your perspective, right? I imagine a crest is like a bend, right? I imagine all those things kind of distort your perspective. I remember in Texas, in Fort Worth, there was like a stretch of road in White Settlement, which is just a suburb of Fort Worth on the far west side. There was a tiny stretch of road, like really small, like maybe 200 yards at most. And from one side of that road, you can see going eastbound, you can see downtown clearly, right? And from the start of the road, the furthest west point of this tiny road, downtown looked super far away. But you drive the 200 yards to the end of that road, and it, from your perspective, it looked like downtown got closer and bigger.
Yeah.
Which always tripped me out. If you're going over a hill, you're going to lose sight of something, right?
There was something very similar that happened when you're driving from Fort Worth to Denton. That main road that heads toward the campus, the UNT campus, there are these two massive dorm rooms that sit side by side. And when you're coming into Denton, those buildings look enormous.
Yeah.
But as you get closer to them, you realize they're only like 14 stories tall.
Only.
Well,
only 14 stories tall for the town that has the tallest building is probably like 4 stories.
Yeah. But the illusion is there.
Yeah. Let's see. Someone named DR. I'm guessing this says Dreams R's. It's DRMS.
Oh, yeah.
RZ. They say, LOL. You didn't get. Yeah, I guess he's just saying the same thing I said. You didn't get bad vibes from the semi with whom you spent a lot of time, but you did get bad vibes from the cars you're just following along normally. That semi leapfrogging you and speeding up, slowing down, pulling over, and then disappearing all add up to super nefarious and bad vibes to me. Whereas cars disappearing quickly doesn't seem to portend a set of problems like the semi. That's just me.
Yeah, spoken well.
No, wait. Okay, yeah. Then the original commenter did reply to that with, I know it doesn't make any sense. Believe me. Okay.
Well, I would like to. That's why we're doing this.
20 plus years ago. That's early 2000s. It's still technically the 90s, right?
Sure.
I remember going on a road trip through Pennsylvania around that time. It was like near Christmas time. It's probably the coldest I've ever been. And it's just creepy. Pennsylvania's a creepy place.
Historically, it's a creepy place. Lots of scary stuff happens in Pennsylvania.
Lots of scary stuff happens in Pennsylvania. Yeah, like...
Courage!
Okay, let's see. Second comment here from user Pleiadian Paladin. Is that what this is? Pleiadian Paladin.
Pleiadian Paladin, yeah.
You saw what I call a disappearing car. Yeah? How long it
Is
take
that
you
what
to
you
come
call
up
it?
with that?
What should we call it?
I've seen more than I care to admit. Truck drivers call them ghost cars. I get bad vibes from them. I've never not once seen an occupant or driver. They always tailgate the shit out of me, then impossibly vanish after losing sight of them, even for a moment, such as looking down at the radio. There is Russian dashcam footage of ghost cars causing accidents even. For appearing out of nowhere in the middle of a busy intersection. The OP responded to that with, I'm a truck driver and it's the first time I've noticed one of those. It was surreal. I was so confused on the moment. Oh, so they drive trucks in France? Or...
Well, thank goodness.
I'm guessing it's France because of the car, right? Or as they say in Europe, lorries.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah. Well, that's what the British call them. And I've been listening to audiobooks more at work, and I'm listening to an English translation of All Quiet on the Western Front. Yeah. And I'm guessing a British person translated it because they call them lorries every single time. Okay, last comment on this post from C Researcher 176, as in of the body of water, and they say, very popular car in Chile years back. In regards to the partner, right? Yeah, I was like, I've heard of that. Lots of people used to drive it where I come from. So yeah, disappearing cars. You ever see a disappearing car driving U-Hauls across country or anything?
No, I've never seen a disappearing car. I have seen cars that kind of appear out of nowhere, but I blame my poor sense of attention.
Yeah. See, I pay attention a lot, and I drive cross country a lot. I always am keeping note of the cars around me. You got to turn it into a game at some point, right? You're like, okay, this person's going really slow, I'm gonna pass them. And then when you have to stop for a rest stop, you're getting out of your car, you see that car drive by, you're like, well, shit, now I'm probably gonna have to catch up to that person again, right? But no, I've never noticed this on a highway. And from what I understand, aside from that truck, most of these aren't on highways. It would make more sense that cars would just disappear out of your sight of line along like areas where there's multiple roads, right? People can turn into and stuff. This T intersection that the OP was describing, a lot of that in like rural Texas. You'll be driving like those winding roads I was going 80 down. You'll be driving down those for like 3 hours, and then you just reach a dead end and you got to turn, and then drive down that for hours, reach another dead end, turn. Never noticed any cars disappear, though. Did possibly see a severed human body, but...
Potentially a way wilder story.
Yeah. I'll never know because I didn't stop.
Hold on, I do want to post something here in the general, actually no, in media.
Ooh. Oh, did you find one of these disappearing cars?
Maybe so. It's not a disappearing car though.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen this video before. This is from the Black Magic Fuckery community on Reddit, just titled Ghost Car. Let's see. Buffering. Okay. So we're at an intersection. There's a dash cam. Car in front of the guys looks like they're about to make a left turn. And then... Ooh, oh, yeah. The car just appears out of nowhere.
In the very middle of the intersection.
Yeah, quite literally.
A vehicle just kind of shows up.
Now, we've seen videos of like cameras kind of glitching, and you can't see one portion of the frame because the camera's just not capturing it. I couldn't really use that to explain this.
I can't either, unless someone's just like really good with like found footage CGI. I couldn't tell you how this was done.
Yeah, it looks like the first comment on this post is someone posting a YouTube link, which I'm not going to click, but the first comment on this is this is one weird dude, but the explanations are solid. So I'm guessing this video is like trying to debunk this.
Oh.
Or maybe it's just a crazy rant about glitches in the Matrix and whatnot. So who knows? I'm not going to click on it.
No.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to your next story.
Okie dokie. This story was called What Was Outside My Car? I will say, this one's kind of creepy. It's not as funny as a lot of the stories I want to choose, but I was reading this at work and I was like, eee. This was posted to r/True Scary Stories by Nicole2127 as of 2 years ago. Super creeped out by my experience I had over the weekend and curious what others think. I was driving through a rural part of Northern California, 30 miles from the nearest town. As I was driving down the road, a deer ran out in front of my car. I had no reaction time and hit it at 55 miles per hour. It ripped my bumper off, and my bumper was dragging under my car. I pulled over and called my dad for help. I then got out to look for the deer on the road. I know it was dead because there was blood sprayed all over my car, and I hit it square. I guess like square on. I walked about 20 to 30 yards away and got an overwhelming sense of being watched. I couldn't find the deer, so turned and walked back to my car. It was around 7 p.m. and extremely dark. No other cars were driving by, no streetlights, and barely any cell service. My dad was over an hour away, so I called a friend who lived a little closer, and he started on his way to me. While I sat in the car, playing on my phone, I began to hear whistling and murmurs outside my car. I got chills, and the hair on my arms and neck stood up. There was one house to my right, but I didn't see any cars in the driveway or people moving around inside. I was on the side of the road by myself for 45 minutes and would occasionally hear these noises. Not sure who or what it was, but if anyone has any ideas, I'd love to hear. I'm freaked out right now. I'm freaked out and now scared of being outside in the dark by myself. Thanks.
I have a theory.
Okay.
It was Mountain of Entities, the OP from the first post. He was trying to get evidence of the Bigfoot, and
I thought you were saying that he was the deer.
Can you imagine?
Like, oh man, she killed him. He's free.
No, he's the one making all the weird noises as he's trying to get his evidence. These are the noises that he's subtitling. He's not even aware of her being there. He's just trying to get evidence to prove to the internet that aliens exist.
Yeah, aliens and Bigfoot and everything else.
Yeah.
Let's see. Comment number 1 from user Crucible8 says, I get it. We've all been there. In bed late at night. I don't know why I said it like that. In bed late at night, or out waiting for someone in the dark, you hear stuff. You get inside your own head. I doubt it was anything of note, especially if nothing was physically done to the outside of your car. And the OP responds and says, yeah, I just don't get it because I wasn't thinking of anything or spooked until after I heard the noises a few times. Very weird situation. Haven't had anything like it happen before.
Yeah, I just need to say, when she said what time it was, she was like 7 p.m. and I was like, oh, that's not that late at all.
Yeah.
If it was like midnight or 1 a.m., yeah, I'd be pretty creeped out. But
yeah, she didn't pick the scariest of times.
Yeah, those creepy creatures are getting an early start.
Daylight saving times affects us all. Let's see. Comment number 2 from Curiosity Sailor says, you hit a dog and its owner was looking for it, whistling and calling for it, etc. OP response says, 100% a deer, I saw it.
Okay, hear me out. What if this is like a Grinch situation, right? And they put antlers on their dog, and this person was just really convinced that, I mean, in the moment they knew it was a dog, but they had to convince themselves it was a deer because, you know, they went to look for it, right? They didn't see it. If it was a small enough, I don't want to get too graphic, but if it was just a small dog, just obliterated, right?
Yeah, it turned into red mist is what it did.
Yeah. 55 miles an hour. I don't think that's fast enough to obliterate something. But...
Have you ever hit a deer in your car?
No.
No?
No.
Here's what I'll say. They fuck cars up.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. One time, my dad and I were driving down a country road, and we were traveling 40, 50 miles an hour, and we hit a turkey vulture.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And this thing, we hit it with the windshield. It started to fly upward, or maybe it was just a turkey, now that I'm thinking of it. Anyway.
A turkey wouldn't be as impressive.
Yeah. It started to fly upward to get away from the vehicle, and we slammed into it, and this thing shot up, straight up into fucking space. And I say space because we never saw it come back down.
Okay, hear me out. I've got a lot of theories on these. It was a turkey vulture. You hit it, shot straight up. Its turkey vulture pals were like, oh, fresh meat. Swooped in, grabbed it.
Oh, right.
And then boom, you never saw it again.
Those classic sky burials.
Yeah.
Never has to touch the ground when the buzzards are already up in the sky.
Have you ever heard of that story? There's a farming family in, I don't know, the 1800s or some shit, who claimed that it started raining meat on their farm one day.
Oh, sure.
And there were witnesses who went and saw the meat, even tasted the meat, but they weren't sure. One of the theories of that was vultures throwing up raw meat. Right?
Ew.
So there's a chance that vultures are the cause of a lot of paranormal encounters.
Danged old mystery buzzards.
Oh, this last comment on here.
Yeah, because comment number 3. Comment number 3 from Hellish Relish 89 says, "Old Greg."
Now, is that a Mighty Boosh reference?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's safe to assume. In the original post, the OP responds to that, and it's just that's the only logical answer I can think of.
Well, there we go. We have an answer.
Yeah, I mean, mystery solved.
I will say, it's 7 p.m. and I'm hearing clicking. So I'm just gonna assume a person, right?
If it's
not
whistling,
necessarily,
I mean,
malicious,
birds.
but I'm just gonna assume that it's just someone minding their own business, not really paying attention. Could have been a lot worse. Could have heard knocking on your car.
Yeah.
Could have seen a person.
What's worse than hearing a person? Seeing a person. That's correct.
Yeah, seeing a person. And what's worse than seeing a person? A child.
A child.
Yeah, because just imagine you're out there by yourself. You're just playing on your phone. You look up and there's just a child in the middle of the road.
Listen,
what are you going to do?
if I'm in the middle of nowhere and there's just a child, kid's getting hit with the car or with my fist. That kid's going down.
You already have blood on your hood from the deer, you know?
Yeah, there's your alibi.
No one's going to question it. Okay.
It was some kind of deer kid hybrid.
That's a Robot Chicken episode, right?
What?
They have like a Spider-Man spoof, but it's like Deer Boy or something like that. And it's a boy who slowly starts turning into a deer, I guess. And the end of that episode is, you know how it like cuts between sketches and stuff? The very end of that episode is somebody driving along a highway, and then Deer Boy just hops out in the middle of the road and gets
I think I've seen a still image of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like a meme, but yes. Okay, let's move on to my last story here.
Alrighty.
It's a little longer, I suppose. Like I said, it's also from Glitch in the Matrix by Zach the Insane One 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It's titled, My Car Moved Itself. I honestly don't even remember if I read through this whole story, so let's see how this goes. This just happened to me today. Take a drink.
Take a drink.
This morning, I pulled into a parking garage, drove up a floor, and found a spot next to this really old, beaten-up car with flaking paint and a smashed rear bumper. I thought, guess he wouldn't mind getting his car dented if I messed up my parking job, but I would mind. Okay. I park, grab my stuff from my car, and carry on with my day. Now, note, my car is a 2010 Toyota Corolla S, sunroof, spoiler on the back, black paint. Brag about it.
Yeah.
Not many of them around here. I come back to the garage at the end of the day, start walking up the garage, and come to the car with the busted bumper and a black 2010 Toyota Corolla S sitting next to it. I almost get to the driver's side door when I notice the inside is different. It's not my car. I look back and the license plate is different. What the hell? I hit unlock on my key and hear two beeps behind me, way behind me. I find my car about 20 spots back. I had walked by it to get to a car that looked just like mine, but wasn't. Nothing in my car has changed. No broken window or anything stolen. I didn't give my key to anyone else or even take it out of my pocket the entire day. It just teleported to a closer spot and was replaced with a near identical car. I guess the universe was trying to help. I guess the universe was trying to help me by putting my car closer to the entrance so I didn't have to walk as far or something. Didn't help much. I walked right past it. No idea how it happened.
I mean, what's an extra 13 feet, huh?
Here's my theory. You got YouTube pranked.
Oh, man. Right. Ashton Kutcher.
Because people suck. Do you remember when we were living in Philadelphia? There was a day where we were going to look at apartments because we were planning on moving into a bigger apartment with another roommate. And that day, Trey comes by and Rage completely forgot that they were repaving the road or some shit. I don't remember what they were doing exactly, but Rage's car was gone. And we were like, well, shit. We just assumed it was towed off to a yard or something. But I don't know. I guess in Philly, they're nicer than the fucking rest of the country because all they did was move their car a couple of blocks away. So it wasn't in the construction person's way. But, you know, they didn't take it away and we'd have to pay like $200 or something to get it back, right? They just moved it down the street. Maybe this parking garage, it's reserved parking along a certain row, right? And the person whose spot you parked in just also happened to drive the same car. I don't know. They didn't specify if it had a spoiler or a sunroof on it, but I don't know. I'm just trying to be rational.
Yeah, no, rationale is important.
What is that? Like Bader Meinhof, right? It's like, when you buy a new car, you suddenly start noticing
you see that car everywhere?
Right. Yeah. Which has happened to me literally. I remember in 16 or something. I bought like a Pontiac G6. It's a car I'd never heard of before. Never seen it before. I've definitely never seen it in that color that I got it in, because it was an ugly, apparently silver color, but it looked like a weird tan. I drove all the way to a different town, parked, went in, did whatever I was doing there. I came out to leave, and there was an identical Pontiac G6, same color and everything, parked right next to me. So I don't know. Maybe this person was just tired. They parked where they parked, and then they were walking to work or wherever they were doing that day, saw the same car parked next to this ugly truck, and was like, oh, hey, it thought whatever he said, guess he wouldn't mind getting his car dented if I messed up my parking job, but I would mind. Maybe in that moment he was saying, if that was my car parked next to this beat up truck, I would be upset if it got dented, right? Just forgot about that. Thought that that's where they parked because they remembered the truck, and then was like, oh, never mind. I don't know.
I can see myself doing something like this.
Yeah.
I make a lot of mistakes in a day.
Like parking your car and then forgetting where you parked?
Not just forgetting where I parked. I've gotten into someone else's car.
Yeah, I've done that before too.
Like, it's an easy mistake to make, but like even more so when you don't really know car, like I do. I couldn't tell you most of the time what a car is by looking at it. Like unless I'm looking like at the badge on the front, there's really no chance I'm going to be like, oh, that's a Pontiac or whatever. So, I don't know. I've just gotten in the passenger seat of someone else's car and they're like, hello? I'm like, oh. I have to rob you now.
Yeah, I one time walking from school, because I didn't live I lived like 2 miles from my school, but I'd walk all the time because I didn't have an issue of walking. But my mom was running late to pick me up, and she was like, I'm headed that way or whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to start walking home. You can catch me on the road or whatever. And as I'm walking, I'm not paying attention. Maybe I'm listening to music or something. But I could have sworn my mom's car pulled up right next to me. So I'm like, oh, cool. I guess I don't have to walk after all. I go to open it. It's locked. And I try it again. And I'm kind of like, hey, the door's locked. And I look, a completely random stranger I didn't know.
Oh, no.
I was just like, oh, sorry. I stepped back or whatever. Yeah. And I was, all I could think the rest of time was that, like, it is Texas, not a great neighborhood. I was trying to get into somebody's car. Luckily, I didn't get shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, kind of thing happens all the time. Let's see what the commenters have to say.
Yeah.
Charizard Charms,
great name,
commented, probably not what happened, but when I was a kid, every summer, my family would go to a water park and was hell-bent on having the same parking spot every time. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, your family's crazy.
If we didn't arrive early enough, my mom and I would have to wait while my dad, uncles, and grandpa physically moved the car in their favorite spot to the other side of the parking lot. Yeah, they're definitely crazy.
Yeah, get a new family.
Okay, so this is kind of similar to what I suggested, right? Maybe they didn't use a tow truck. They just physically picked up their car and moved it 20 spaces away. Jesus
you
Christ.
Ever seen those like strongman videos where they like lift like little Geo Metros?
Jeez.
It's very funny.
Let's see. Commenter Relentless Quadruple One responded, please tell me you're joking and that no one could possibly be this insane and entitled.
What? Okay, chill out.
Charizard Charm says, same entitled dad that called me a few months ago just to complain that the fire marshal told him he's not allowed to keep his electric smoker on the outdoor patio because it's a fire risk.
What? What else do you do? Where do you keep him?
I don't know, in your garage, I guess. This makes me think he lives in an apartment. What?
Oh,
Okay. We went to Arizona, and my partner's brother used an electric smoker to make like pork ribs. I guess he moved it out from under his covered patio, but like, I don't know. Yeah, where else do you keep it? I guess it's like a hazard for like smoke inhalation, right?
yeah.
Sure, maybe. All right. Comment number 2 from Quebec Lima Sierra. Oh, hasn't this person been a commenter before?
Lima
Because
Sierra?
I made Quebec Lima Sierra, because I made the joke that we just activated somebody.
Oh, yeah. That was, I think, the last episode.
Yeah. What was the last episode? Was it
kids?
dogs? It was pets.
Oh, pets, yeah.
Yeah, they were a commenter on one of my other posts about the guy who heard the dog speak English once. It makes sense, though. It makes sense because both of these posts are from the Glitch in the Matrix subreddit, so maybe they're just an active user. Okay, Quebec Lima Sierra says, isn't this just a case of imagining you did something and so you think you did it? Wait, hold on. Okay, I gotta make sure. Was this the guy? Okay, hold on. I thought for a second maybe this was the guy who was like, use logical thinking. But no, this was the person who said that their puppy named themselves.
Logical.
If you remember. Okay, so they say,
How about Ralph or whatever?
yeah. How about Ralph? Okay, so Quebec Lima Sierra says, isn't this just a case of imagining you did something and so you think you did it? So you drove past the beat up car, saw the car next to it identical to, this is exactly what I said.
Yeah.
And imagine parking next to it and joking to yourself that it would have been a good spot, as you wouldn't tell if you'd parked badly and dinged it, but then went off in a daze and parked it a bit further away. And because you'd imagined it, been so busy imagining it that you forgot where you actually parked. Your brain just convinced you that you did park there. Literally exactly what I said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one checks out really, really hard.
The OP, and I didn't read that comment before, so I don't know. Just maybe I'm Quebec Lima Sierra.
Oh my
from a
gosh,
different reality.
we woke you up.
Yeah.
You're the sleeper cell.
I once had a dog named Ralph. The OP said, no, I specifically parked there, got out with my stuff, and even looked at the damage on the car before continuing on my way. I also remember thinking I would have had to walk quite a ways away as I parked at the very top of the first ramp, and when I came back, it was at the bottom, about 20 cars away. Again, he could have just walked past this car and been like, oh, this would have been a great spot. Just forgot about it, because it was a whole day later, like the whole rest of the day later.
Right.
Okay, last comment on here from user Laney1.
Yeah.
Did you check for a carbon monoxide leak in the parking garage? JK, but seriously, that's really weird. I wonder what really happened there. I think Quebec Lima Sierra said exactly what happened. Although in my scenario, they walked past the car as opposed to driving past and blinking. But yeah, I think this guy just forgot where he parked. So,
pretty simple.
this one's explained. It even so, his whole story, it just doesn't read as like a glitch in the Matrix kind of thing to me. You know, it only reads as someone being forgetful in my mind.
It's like every story I've ever had to tell goes this way.
Okay, so these have been some car stories. You know what? Looking back at your first story, because I clicked onto my browser here. Where was the car? Where was the car in that story? Except for in the title.
The car was it pulled up behind the guy as he was looking for
evidence. Okay. The strange car pulls up. How does he know it's a rental?
Maybe the plates. I don't know. He doesn't say.
It has Hertz plates or something. That's insane.
I don't know.
Normally I'd agree with you, but I can say without a doubt you need meds, my dude. Was that one of your comments on that?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
There were a lot of really funny titles that I found under this subject. The stories often weren't great, but one of them was like something about how a ghost pushed my car uphill. There was another one that was like, I'm pretty sure I just ran over a ghost.
Okay.
There were so many of them that were so, like, the titles themselves were so funny. The stories
ghost
kinda
pushed
fell
my
flat.
car uphill is hilarious.
Yeah. Well, so the story was that there's an urban legend that this guy hung himself from a certain tree by crawling on top of his car to reach a limb. So now when you park under that tree, he pushes your car uphill so that you don't get out and try to hang yourself. But the trick is you're not allowed to look back, right? Because if you look back, then the ghost will disappear.
Then you're stuck there.
And then
and you might
I guess
hang yourself.
maybe you die from hanging. So
I have a just a real quick story in that vein. I remember, I think most of the friends I've ever made in my life were from the one movie theater job I worked for like almost a decade.
yeah.
And I remember there was a period in time where I really enjoyed the people that I worked with. And one of them was this like little kind of rich kid, and he was having a party at his house, and he kind of invited all of us to go. And it wasn't really a party. It was more like a, oh my gosh, what did they call it? Oh my God.
Was it a bar mitzvah?
No, man, it's just a bunch of people hanging out and, drinking beers and stuff. And a kickback, I think is what they called it. And, everybody's like inviting each other. It never ended up being like a huge thing. But I remember this kid that I worked with, he had just recently started working there again. And I was just like, yeah, man, you should stop by to this thing or whatever. We'll all hang out, catch up. And he's like, okay, cool. You think it'd be cool if I bring my friend, Ray? And I'm like, it's not my party, man. I guess. I don't know. And so he did. He's like, hey, I'm on my way with my friend Ray. And I let everybody know, mostly just to give the kid whose house it was a heads up.
Yeah, of course.
And then they contact me a few minutes later and they're like, hey, my car broke down. Could you guys come give us a push? And we're all like, what the fuck, man? We didn't even really want this kid there, but we're like, yeah, man, we'll go help you out. We drive over there, and he broke down at the bottom of a hill. And so we would have to push this car uphill. And we were like, man, we don't. I was just like, okay, hold on. We're going to need more people for this. So we drive back and we just debate like not going to help him, right?
Oh,
we're just like, nobody really wanted him here. He's kind of being a pain in the ass. But then like 2 minutes later, he calls and he's like, hey, my buddy Ray was able to get the car up the hill by himself. And Ray was like a big guy, right? And not
Ray was a real
bodybuilder by
person.
any. Yeah. He was there. He was there with him.
Man, I was expecting the story to end with like, it turns out Ray was an imaginary friend or some shit.
Well, I mean, the way the story ends is Ray got the car up by himself. They were able to get the car into gear, start it going downhill. And then Ray and the kid whose house that was became best friends. So,
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Good old giant Ray.
Yeah, Ray was not a ghost, although he did ghost all of us at some point.
Oh shit! He just disappeared.
He was a prankster. The guy was crazy. He was a fun dude, but he was kind of crazy. One day he really hated, because he eventually ended up working with us because he liked all of us at the party. He was like, I'll get a job with you guys, but he hated that job. And I remember one day he would always hang out in the break room. Me and him would manage on Sundays. And we would just hang out in the break room all day and make everyone else do everything, in a chill way, not in like an abusive way. But he would like take ketchup packets and like throw it at the walls and stuff just to. And
my God, Ray! I know exactly. Yes, you've spoken about this guy before. And
one day I remember we're hanging out in the break room, and Ken, the ghost of Cinemark, or the ghost of the rave. He left his toolbox out. So Ray grabs the hammer and he's like trying to debate what to do with the hammer. And I'm like, man, just whatever you do, don't like smash the walls, you know, because this was at a point after I had personally renovated the break room to make it nicer for everyone. I was like, just don't, you know, smash the walls or whatever. And he's like, all right. And I leave. I come back later and found out that he took the hammer and he broke the little hooks off of the door on the microwave so that the microwave wouldn't close all the way and you couldn't use the microwave.
What the fuck, Ray?
Yeah. It did result in us getting a new microwave, which we needed. But
Ooh,
still.
playing the long game.
Yeah, he was a nut. But a real person, not a ghost. Okay. Did you have any Ask X to close us out?
A real nut. Yes, I do. I'll be posting them in the general.
Okay. All right. These are, I imagine, all car related.
Yes, they are.
We might have lost the plot, but that was the theme of the episode.
Yeah, it was about cars.
Let's see. From since deleted user 2 years ago, it asked, if you invented a car that ran on stupidity, where would you go to refuel? America, I guess. Just
yeah, but there's got to be
an unlimited supply, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. If I have to be very specific, Arkansas.
Okay.
I don't know, because you have to be an idiot to live in Arkansas.
Are there any businesses or like public gatherings you would go to?
Oh, man, you know what? A Kid Rock concert.
A Kid Rock concert is the correct answer. Yes, you've won $1 million.
Oh, man. Can I get that right away?
Question number 2.
Let's see. From Jolly Crewman 8 months ago says, you know what? That first one did have a shit ton of upvotes and comments.
A lot. Yes.
And I wonder what they said. Okay. From Jolly Crewman 8 months ago, do people still name their cars? If so, what's your car's name? No, but people should name their cars, and they should all be named Lucille.
Lucy. Wow, is that a reference?
Maybe.
Okay. Question number 3.
From a deleted user 4 years ago, what is the most edible part of a car? Probably the seats if you have leather, I guess.
Yeah, you can eat leather.
Real leather. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the little nub that they don't make anymore, the little lighter that you'd have to push in.
Oh, you're gonna eat that?
Well, I'm gonna make somebody eat it. Somebody I don't like.
Make somebody eat it.
Yes, I'm probably thinking of the Deadpool movie, how he uses it to... I'm pretty sure somebody swallows it in that movie. But
I think you're right. Yeah. Oh, in the first one. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, the first one.
He like shoves it in some guy's mouth.
Yes.
Well, all right. That's going to have to do it for this car-themed episode. Thank you all for listening. If you have any supernatural stories of your own, you can submit them to us for this show down in the comments or to our Reddit, PONDPOD.
Yeah, and we've been a Paranormal Dudes, ever in need of stories to intrigue, perplex, maybe even frighten. So remember, if you can't explain it, post about it. And until next time, stay tuned. Maybe listen to some of our other podcasts. And
Maybe.
Stay haunted. Those other podcasts being the Sequel Factory. And what's the other one that you're doing?
Side Quest
Digest. Yes. Give those a listen if you want.
Yeah. Beep,
okay,
beep.
bye.
Beep, beep.
Beep, 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 beep,
Beep,
honk.
beep.
Honk, honk, honk. Oh, wait, hold on, Ethan. Mr. E responded to these questions. He's got to be faster so that we can include him in these. To the first one, he said, where would you go to refill your car with stupidity? He said the U.S. government.
Good one.
Okay. A car, he says, our car's named Calypso.
All right.
What kind of car does Mr. E drive?
Wait, hold on. I do want to ask him that.
And then he said the most edible part is a seat cover.
Calypso. Carlypso.
Oh, that would have been so much better.
Okay, everybody, we're leaving.
Is he going to answer?
Go.
Okay, bye, y'all.
Bye.